While the newest WRC title might be under influence of EA, the extensively experienced developers from Codemasters have poured their know-how into the mix, and the result? Well, for the result, we will have to wait until the release, but we have gotten a taste of what the gameplay might be like with the newest trailer. So today, let's analyze the news and revise the basics of rallying, just to get you an idea of some necessary knowledge to go about rallying, including pace notes, late apex cornering and surface basics. But first, the analysis. The most important thing to answer is whether the title carries over the immersion of the Rally series, since while Richard Burns Rally might be the most realistic and WRC might have the best career mode, the Dirt series always had the best immersion, truly being scared as you carry out jumps over Finnish countryside without setting a fire to the night. And as far as I can tell, it really seems we're getting this stuff. Even the handling does look like it has the same feel like in Dirt Rally 2.0. I spent a lot of time in that game, so I can tell. For example, the way how the car power slides and catches on the cambers is very dirtish. In other words, power sliding is a bit too powerful tool in Dirt, and you can find more grip than you should. But it does create a need to go flat out, and that is something to honor, since let's not forget that the roots of Dirt games are in Colin McRae Rally. But not all dirtish things were great, especially tarmac. And here, since you cannot feel the car, and we are only viewing the footage, I can only guess it's closer to real life than in Dirt Rally 2.0, because the cars seem to understeer on tarmac after reaching 100% of tire road, which is accurate rather than entering power slide, which is something a car would do on gravel, and Dirt was known to enter power slide on tarmac. That is the reason why people called tarmac in Dirt Rally gravel with more grip. Here, based on few sharp corners, it seems closer to reality, but we cannot test the game out and there is limited amount of footage to judge. But from what I can look at, it seems realistic, but it still feels a bit soft, which means that my guess is that the grip levels of tarmac will be more accurate, but the car will still feel a little bit more soft than it should, but not as much as in Dirt Rally 2.0. But once again, this is only me looking at the footage trying to feel it out, and camera shake and stuff can heavily impact this. Nonetheless, the stages look great, especially the fog inclusion and seasons inclusion. And combined with the great interiors and decent sounds, the immersion has been delivered right to your doorstep. But not all things will arrive to your doorstep. To be fair, let's talk about the worst aspect. Of course, the aspect of EA is still bringing the game down. One example for all is the triple monitor support, a feature that has been advertised as supported, but in the end it is supported in the same way Soviet Union supported the freedom of speech. If you're not aware, it's not exactly what you would call 24/7 call center support. They simply cannot be trusted, I mean EA but also Soviet Union. But maybe they will add it later, in a $50 DLC that's gonna take a year to develop. In the end, it is Electronic Arts, and let's not forget that the greatest conman is also an artist, in the end. But outside of EA, the pace notes will now include two modes. One for people who want to know how the corners ahead look like, and other for people who are not going to even reach a finish line. In case you are new to pace notes or coming back from a long break, I can quickly recap you using WRC Generation's pace note table. Simply, corners are set up from 6 to 1, with 1 being the sharpest. There are modifiers to these, like tightens and opens. The numbers between the corners are distances in meters and not odds of your success. You also get jumps, crests, which take away grip from you, and you get dips and cambers, which can give you grip, but beware of negative cambers since they can throw you out. And well, the rest includes spinning and high RPM, this time meaning regrets per minute. If you want to recap furthermore, you can check out many of my videos, since recapping on pace notes is the strong foundation on which you build your skill set. But now you have witnessed the professionalism of EA WRC, it is time to actually look at cornering. And this is where rally splits from circuit racing, since late apex cornering is your go-to cornering method. Unless you think you know better, in which case it's not like you're going to remain alive on the surface of the earth for longer than before this video ends. In general, you turn in the corner later to have your tires less loaded at the end of the corner, thus you can either step on it if the corner opens up and loaded the tires with throttle, or turn hard into the corner assuming a rock has broke the boundaries, and use the freeload to prevent disaster. This is not slower, since you will end up with higher speed at the end of the corner, thus you will more than make the difference back up on the straight, although if there are consecutive corners, it is best to prioritize late apex on the last corner. but this is no longer the basics of cornering, so for more on this, once again visit more expanding videos I created on the matter. The surface basics. Gravel prioritizes power sliding, which is the cool, slidey move that can be initiated either by flicking the car from side to side, pulling the handbrake, or just turning in if the car is a rear-wheel drive or well-balanced all-wheel drive. Leave more space for air since there is less grip. Try to find timbers or other elements on the road that increase your grip, like gutters and ditches. Tarmac. Assuming high-quality tarmac, you can be very daring, but know that higher speeds lead to bigger booms. Do not try to power slide on a smooth tarmac unless trying to flex, because the tires are going to get worn. Only use handbrake for very sharp turns. On uneven tarmac surface, power sliding may provide a valid strategy. Snow. Like gravel, except you can use snowbanks for braking. Also, usually there is less grip on snow and it's harder to find more. Also, tires look funny, so you won't look as cool. If you encounter ice, well, your best chance is to avoid encountering ice. And no, this does not mean to quit the rally, but just to try to drive around it. Even if the racing line would not agree with it, your front bumper will appreciate it. And that's all. If you know something about something, you can write it in the comment section. If you know nothing about nothing, at least like and subscribe. And let's hope the game turns out to be a fine addition to our community.